Welcome to the Art Hitman. I'm Perry McCants, and today I'm going to show you how to draw Spider-Man 2099. For those who follow this channel, help me get 50 likes and 10 comments for this video. Okay, let's start off as usual by putting a line at the top of your page so you know how far up to go with the head, and then divide the page in half. Keep it nice and even as possible. Let's go ahead on and drop our oval shape in for Spider-Man's head. Remember, try to control it by lightly putting it in. Don't pull out too much pressure with your pencil. Now, go ahead and put an oval for the base of his neck. We're going to go ahead and use the measuring through the index and the thumb. Measure where his chest is going to be and where his waist is going to come in, or the bottom of his rib cage. Now you can divide and put in a line for his chest, and then we could begin putting the oval in for his torso. Now, once you've accomplished that overall, we can go ahead and put a line at the base of the oval for his neck for his shoulder line. Now, that's going to determine where the shoulder is going to come in. So we're going to put a circle on the right and then put a circle for his left. Immediately after that, we can measure it to balance it out with a pencil to make sure it's even as possible. Now, from there, we can go ahead on and put a line in for his arm that completely goes off the page, and do the same thing for his left arm. Once that's done, we can go ahead and draw an oval shape for where his waist is going to be. Put a line there for his hips and a couple lines for his waist on the right and then the left. Now, we can go ahead on and measure where his waist is with the pencil again and put his elbows in. Remember, the elbows are exactly where the waist is going to be aligned. Go ahead and drop that in. Put an oval for his elbow on the left, then on the right. Now, we have an overall skeletal structure. Now we're going to go ahead and zoom in on his face. Now, once we've done that, we can go ahead and put his eye line in. Immediately start drawing a contour of Spider-Man's head. And because Spider-Man doesn't have any hair, it's just simply just going over the oval shape that we already have in place and darken it in with your number 2 pencil. Now we're going to go ahead and create a V shape on his head that comes down to the eye line. Then he has a point that comes up above that V shape. I'm going to measure your finger to make it even and put your your finger in the middle of the simple shape here, and then go ahead and drop those shapes in. They look like kind of like devil's horns, but they're flat on the mask. Now come to the underside and do the same thing for the left side. To make sure it's even, now we're going to go ahead and draw through that shape and come around to the bottom of his head. Come up right where the eye line is. Do the same thing for his left side. Where the eye line is, drop down to where the bottom of his cheek is, and from that devil horn shape we have here, draw a line that continues around the arc of his head. Now, you can come straight down off of that line to near the bottom of his chin. Do the same thing with his left side. These are parallel lines that I'm putting in at this point. Now, off the edge of his cheek, you're going to come around and follow the contour of the shape that's already there. Bring that to a point, back down again, and then close it off. Repeat the same thing for the left side. Come down, these are half diamond shapes. Come down. Then come up where the cheek is, just like on the right side, and repeat the same thing. I'm gonna clean this up a bit, make it a little bit plainer. Come up to the eye line. Put the same basic shapes that I put in before. Come up and bring it to a point. And it goes back to the reason why I reiterate on every video to go as light as possible in case you need to erase and go back and correct something really quick. Now, we're going to go ahead and start putting his rest of his body in, starting with the neck. Have a line that comes down from the bottom of his chin to the oval shape that we put in place earlier. Come to the base of his neck, curve it. Come to the outside of the neck and have a line that curves around to the oval circle shape for his shoulder. Repeat the same process for his left side. Measure it up. Now we're going to move to the right side and bring his shoulder in around to the line that's actually established for his arm. Come around to the top. He has rounded shoulders. Come across for his shoulder line. Repeat the same thing for his left side. Come around just like you did on the right and do the same thing with his left. You want to come up underneath this circle shape and create what's going to go under his arm and bicep and come around for his chest. Now, for his left side, where his chest pectoral muscle is, we're going to swing that around just underneath the circle on his left arm, just like we did for the right side. Now we're going to add a minor detail for his shoulder. Overall, we're going to go ahead and start to put the torso in. So put a contour just outside of the line that has been put in earlier and repeat the same process for his left side. Outside of that, we're going to have a line that comes down for his oblique muscle, which is on his waist. Swing it into the center and repeat the exact same process for his left side. Right under that, we're going to start the top part of his leg, swing it out, and make it about as even to his rib cage as you can. Do the same thing for his left side. Now, we're going to begin dealing with the outside of his arm, which is going to be our tricep area. Swing that down to where his elbow is. Notice that where I indicated. And then have the bicep come on the inside of his body, or towards the inside of his body. Swing that up onto the curve that's underneath his arm. And these are land markings that I'm establishing right now. So if you notice, I'm taking my pencil on the outside of his right arm to make sure that the forearm matches up with that. Swing it down to the bottom of the page, put his wrist in. Come from the inside of his arm where the bicep muscle is. Swing that in towards the wrist where we drew the circle for it. And let the hand go right off the page. Now, he has these lines that come from the outside to the inside of his forearm, and there's 3 of them. They go across, and then you can arc it. They don't have to be straight or flat, but you can curve it a little bit to give it a little bit of depth. Now for his left arm, we're swinging over to the left side, and we're going to have that bicep muscle swing down to the circle that's drawn, indicated for his elbow. Immediately after that, we're going to put the tricep on the outside of Spider-Man's arm, and where indicated for his elbow, we're going to put his forearm in, just like we did with the right side. And of course, we'll put his wrist in. And want to double check that. If you notice, I'm got this circle going, and then making sure this circle lines up with the right arm. Notice I had to lower it a little bit, and you can lightly put it in if you ever need to. Making adjustments throughout the drawing is very important. So now we're repeating the same strikes that he has on his right arm and putting on his left arm. Overall, we're going to look at things, and now we're going to start to put his contour in. Now I want to clean it up a little bit. Now, I'm going to come back to the contour of his shoulder and do the same thing for his left side. And you want to make sure all your areas are clear. You don't want any extra pencil strokes. I do this often just to make sure everything is clear so that whoever's going to ink it can see everything clearly. Now, for this part, we're going to follow this contour, which is the outside of Spider-Man's arm here, straight down through to his forearm. Notice the 3 lines that I indicated on his forearm is going to just go right above that. It shouldn't be any thicker than that. Let it go down off the page, off of the palm of his hand. Now we're going to match both sides. Come over to the left side and repeat the same process. That line comes in towards the bicep, goes back out towards the tricep area, and there's a contour in between the tricep and where the bicep is. Have that line come straight down over the forearm and over the wrist and off the page, just like on the right side. Now, have a line come in on both sides on the outside of the chest and just below the bottom of the chest, or just above the bottom of the chest. Continue that line over, right off of his shoulder. Do the same thing for his left side. I'm going to put a circle in the center of his chest. Have the lines connect from the outside and the contour of where the spider legs are, and then close the top of where the head's going to be. Now, let the line continue and put a contour in right up to where the spider's head's going to be. You notice I'm matching the circle in the middle of his chest. Repeat the same process on the left side. Have that line come over to the contour that's on the outside. Close it off. And you want to simply put a line in the center of that on both sides. On the right side, put a thin line and put another one. Do the same thing for his left side. Now we're going to put the eyes in. And the eyes are simply arrows that point on the outside of his head. So if you notice, it looks like an arrowhead that's pointing towards the outside of the spider's head. You want to repeat them both on either side, on the right and left side of the head. In the center, have that line come down flat. Close the bottom portion of it off on both sides. Now, the rest of the spider covers the entire portion of the bottom of him. So we're going to clear out the middle of the chest. Put the spider's nose in, which is a simple triangle. If you see that, a small triangle. Now the legs of the spider covers his ab area. You want to swing a line that comes out on the left side as well. Now you would draw a circle right there for the top part of the leg. Follow the contour around. And put an arc at the bottom of it, because this is going to help you determine where the other parts of the legs are going to go. Do the same thing on the left that was done on the right. Now to show you, to continue the spider leg down, you're going to have two lines that arc in towards one another, and then it's going to be a half oval shape, and it's going to repeat itself. So the shape that's above that is going to be the same as the one down here until you get to his waist, and then you're going to close the spider leg off with it that comes to a point. Come up towards the center part of it, and then have another leg that comes out in the center, and do the same thing for the left side to make sure it's even. Now, once you've got your line there in place, you can go ahead and put your ovals in for where the rest of the legs are going to be, the two legs in the center. Come up towards his nose, close it off, come back down. Now this line, we'll do the same thing, have a line that curves over so we can have a point of reference. Do that half circle, come down, repeat the half circle again, and add 2 more lines that come in towards each other curved. Do the same thing on the left side. Now these spider legs in the center are going to be slightly longer than the outer legs. Now for the left side, we'll repeat the same thing we did on the right side. Have 2 lines come down towards the contour of his left side of his body, and repeat that process 2 more times, and then it's completed. Now I'm just adding minor detail to where his shoulder blade is. Muscles now around the neck area. And make sure you define your lines. Any lines that you see that's lacking, go ahead and darken them in at this point. Add a bit of detail. And we're going to go ahead and put his abs in. His abs are simple lines that go in between where the spider legs are, because the spider legs overlap his abs, so you don't want to draw lines through the legs of the spider. And down here he has cords that goes into the top portion of his leg, and you can indicate that because you don't see his entire legs. Add simple lines to the abs. And feel free at any time, if you need to, pause or slow the video down to catch up, feel free to do so. Now, notice for his forearms, Spider-Man 2099 does have spikes that come out of it. So we're going to start that. And we're going to use the 3 lines that is on his forearm. So you're going to swing a line that comes up and out, come back down. Just think of it as a shark's fin. Do the same thing, it's slightly smaller. He has 2 of them on both arms. Now we're going to come over to his right side, match it up as much as possible. Don't worry about it being too perfect, and do the same thing. Add your shark's fin on the other side, and that's the shape we're going for, so I'm calling it shark's fin. Repeat the same process as we did on the left side. Now everything looks good. I'm going to go ahead and clean it up, erase it, make sure I do all the corrections I need, and at the end of the video, if you want to take a look at it, you can pause it.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe by clicking this round button at the bottom. Also, click one of the 2 videos at the top. Please like this video, tell a friend, and share it on Facebook. Thank you.
The Art Hitman.